All right, next up, we'll have research in video AI from Susho. Hello, everyone. I am Susho, and I'm a senior researcher at a company called Tavus. So how many of you have heard of Tavus before? Okay, few hands. So yeah, for folks who don't know what Tavus does, it's an API-based digital twin creation. What I mean by that is that you can create a digital avatar version of yourself, and this is not a animated character or like cartoon version of you. It's like a photorealistic version of you through our APIs, or access them through our APIs. And we have 3 endpoints. The replica creation step, where you give your like video of yourself into the API, and it kind of takes some time, creates a video AI model of yourself, from which you can then generate video based on either the audio or the text that you provide. And one of the coolest new use cases that we have just released is the conversational video interface. If you haven't checked out, please do check out. And I want to talk a little bit more about the new kind of stuff that we've been doing, and what kind of use cases developers might find for that. But for those who are not familiar with Tavus, let me just give you a brief overview of the products that we have in place, because what I'm going to talk about depends on this. So we support 30+ languages, as I said, photorealistic replicas, and we can generate videos at scale. So once you have created an avatar of yourself, you can create hundreds, even thousands of versions of the same avatar with different text, with different kind of audio. So that's the product. And one of the most successful models that we have had is the Phoenix 2 model. I know Phoenix already means that it's kind of reborn of something, and then Phoenix 2 kind of just is an iteration on top of that. But this model drastically reduces the requirements in that we now only need 2 minutes of video of yourself. It's like a talking version of you looking into the camera, talking like as you would do in a natural Zoom call, let's say. And then give us 3 to 4 hours of time. We process all of that data. We create the AI model for you. And then once that step is done, you can generate new versions of yourself using the inference pipeline. And so that's the Phoenix 2 model. And one of the most powerful use cases that we have seen is this conversational video interface, where you can really enter a Zoom room. Sometimes you can enter a Zoom room with yourself and have like a realistic conversation. It's like, hey, how you doing? And then they'll tell you back, how's their day been? Or we also have the capacity to kind of see as you are like in a Zoom call. So it might comment like, hey, that sofa in the background, that looks really cool. So that kind of the vision capabilities are also enabled, and this is via an API. So you can just plug and play. You can put it into your own website, or you can host it, try to stream yourself, do all sorts of things. And this is all at 600 millisecond latency, and I don't mean 600 at just the generation of the avatar, 600 including everything that comes in between. So it's a utterance to utterance latency of 600 millisecond, which I think is one of the fastest, if not the fastest in the industry right now for conversational replicas. So, but that is not the thing that I want to talk today about. But the thing I want to talk about is the instant model. So one of the very in-demand feature request has been that, hey, all this is good, the resolution wise looks good, but can we not have to upload these 2 minutes of video to just create the avatar? Or can I not wait for these 3 hours, like these excruciating 3 hours before I can try to use my avatar? And for the longest time, the answer has been that's the limitation of the technology so far. But we have heard, and we have been working on this model, which is like, how do we get something like you just upload, let's say, only a 30-second video of yourself, and then we should be able to come back with almost the same quality as our Phoenix 2 avatars. but within a reasonable amount of time, which is like maybe 1x or 2x the time of the length of the video. So if you give us a 30-second video, we should be able to kind of serve you back at like 1 minute time range. And that is a really challenging task. And why do we want to get to this new model is, like I said, reduce the time taken for it to train, reduce the amount of data that you need for it to train. And one of the very big things when you are trying to build a startup out of it is lower the cost, because the cost of running these models, serving these models are, you might know, are huge. And the lower we can bring it, the lower cost we can serve you at, and the lower or better the product grows. So let's talk about how we did it, or what are the key components that needed to fall into place for this to be done. So in any video you take of yourself, there are always two elements to it. One is the fixed elements, and what by that I mean, like things like background, lighting, your general face shape, texture, hair, all of these things that don't change meaningfully throughout the entire video. They more or less remain the same. They almost move like a rigid body in some sense. And then there are these dynamic elements of the video, which are more like the exact shape of your mouth, your head pose, the expressions, your blinks, and your the wrinkles that form as you smile, and all of these things. These are the dynamic elements of a video that changes frame to frame. And the idea that Phoenix worked on was that, hey, if we can really well, if you can learn these fixed elements really well from these 2 minutes of input video, then at inference time, we can just map the dynamic elements based off of the audio, the text that comes in. Now, generating these fixed element components using a neural network like NERF or Gaussian splats and all this has been like challenging, because these are really big models and take like hours of GPU training time to kind of get to a good result. What we have been trying to do is, can we do something better than these heavy models, and do something lightweight, something more image based, but also has the elements of 3D in it, to kind of do all of this in real time. And also the second was that can we do it with reduced number of frames? And why this is important is because if you have, let's say, 30 seconds of video, and you use all the elements of all the frames of the video, you're already at 1800 frames, depending on the frame rate. And processing 1800 frames at a neural level becomes like you're going to take a long amount, like a huge amount of time anyway. So what we based off our model was that it should be, in theory, be able to work off of just one image at a time. And if you have more images, it should also be able to take that into context, like the extra number of frames into context, while generating these fixed element representations. So one of the things that we did was basically create this one-shot representation of the model-based, one-shot 3D representation of the face from a single frame. And then when you have multiple frames, how do you take all of these individual single-shot representations and then merge it into like one single representation? The exact details of how exactly what model architecture we used are kind of proprietary, so I won't be able to kind of disclose all of the secrets here. But some of the coolest applications that we have been able to kind of build, as well as have some of our alpha users test out, is something like this. So here, I think you guys can hear audio, right? Yeah, that's what I...
Versus like the more Germans, I think that it comes down to a few things. One is that I'm generally not someone who likes to be in a car that's like way too flashy. And I think being in like a Porsche GT3 both cost a lot of money they don't have. But also is just a more flashy car. I like more understated cars. Of course, the grand sport is not that, but it's it's less flashy than the 911.
Yep. I'm not going to play the entire 2 minutes, but as you can see, this video, you upload a 2-minute video, we are able to kind of get it back to you within 2 to 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes range. And the quality of this almost matches the Phoenix 2 models, the models that you would get by like training for three hours at ends, and then real-time inference. And one of the other things that we can do is like, yes, the models were designed to work on photorealistic avatars, but you can also kind of...
The art of baking is a delightful...
You can also do it for like animated characters.
Magic is all around us. If only we believe in its wonder. Magic is all around us. If only we believe in its wonder.
So it can also work on like animated characters. And then you can also use something like one of these text to video generation models, Sora-like models. You can use Meta's the latest video gen model as well to kind of create these kind of videos where the person is like kind of moving in a natural way, speaking in a natural way, and then overlay it with the text that you wanted to speak.
The art of baking is a delightful blend of science and creativity. From the perfect rise of a souffle to the flaky layers of a croissant, every pastry tells a story of precision and passion.
As you can see, like the emotions and all of these, like, the gaze and emotions and like head motions, all of these are generated by the video generation model. Something that you might be able to bring your own, and then the shape of the lips and expression and the the face part of it is modulated using our latest instant model, and you can use this for all sorts of applications. And that's why we have built it as an API. Is like we want to empower the developers to kind of find all these applications and figure out like where this fits their needs best. And we kind of are focusing more on like the quality and bringing the latency, bringing the costs, bringing the fidelity of these models and improving over time. And with that, I think I'm open for questions.
Questions? Hey, so you guys do pretty well for like just the face, for example, but do you guys also generalize for, let's say you have to incorporate motion and other activity that you can sort of make like a twin for? Is that possible through Phoenix or no?
By activity, do you mean like hand motion and full body kind of stuff? We do have plans to kind of support that, but for now, all our like Phoenix 2 models with the instant model, they focus only on the face. The idea is that the face is a simpler, in many ways, like a simpler way to model, because it kind of deforms as a solid body, moves around like a rigid body. Whereas your hands, they can take all forms of shapes and which are much harder to kind of model. And for the kind of applications that we are targeting right now, the face kind of almost delivers 80% of the value there. But yes, we do have plans to kind of generalize to at least like upper half of the body and maybe like the full torso at some point in the future.
Is that the value proposition there is? No, you're good. Because then your value proposition there, if you can do the whole body, is you can start doing content generation for content creators, and then you can make multiple different like A/B testing for different types of content that users are looking for. So it looks like I don't want to tell you what product to build, but yeah, I just thought it was a cool idea. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's the coolest thing about it is like you think of the product, you think of the application and how it can be built, and we kind of are building the API behind it that might power the applications that we're building. So yeah, for full body kind of avatars where you are able to control the hand motion and all of that, you might have to wait a little longer.
Are there any other questions? All right. By the way, if you guys would like to talk to Susho are you going to be at the event tomorrow?
Yes.
If you'd like to talk to Susho in his office tomorrow, there's an event at the Tavus office, and he'll be there, and I will also be there. So
we are having an event at our office tomorrow. If this feels exciting to you, come check out our office and talk to a few more folks and see if you can find a application. Yeah.